Hello and welcome. This is an overview of Mindful Eating, a Practice, which is a 4-class series. Let's take a closer look at Class 1 and its contents. Class 1 is devoted to mindfulness, heartfulness, compassion, and non-judgment. In this session, we'll watch a video by Kabat-Zinn on the attitude of non-judging that we can bring to our mindful practices. We will continue to set the stage with another video by Kristin, Neff. She features the key point that this is a mindful practice, and knowing that we can always begin again helps us to decrease blame and shame with understanding and an inner self-compassionate voice. In this class, we'll focus on mindfulness as the intention to observe non-judgmentally, with a sense of curiosity and kindness, what is happening moment to moment. We'll learn that mindful eating is not about good or bad foods or even dieting. Rather, mindful eating is about developing awareness of our experiences with food and sensing our physical cues of hunger and satisfaction and replying or responding to those cues in a loving, compassionate way. Mindful eating helps us shift from being controlled by food to being at ease with our choices and with eating. Mindful eating is not a diet. It is a way of living with intention. In our first class, we will unpack the mechanics of why we eat. Being able to understand our underlying motivation for eating will help us develop more mindfulness. Some of the reasons we eat are physical reasons, like hunger and thirst. This may show up as a rumbling in your tummy, or maybe you're starting to feel a bit of a headache come on. Then there are external environmental triggers. These are things like advertisements or seeing food like popcorn at the movies, or seeing your child's unfinished food. Or maybe it's watching other people eat or seeing other people eat, or just the time of day, or perhaps it's a holiday. External environmental triggers are all around us, as are internal emotional triggers. Internal emotional triggers include things like stress, boredom, frustration, anger, loneliness, or feelings of sadness. They also include the feelings like happiness, love, celebration, and reward. And internal emotional triggers can also happen from the restrictiveness of dieting, which may lead to overeating. We will learn how emotional eating is not always a problem. In fact, it's part of our culture and part of our humanness. However, emotional eating can become a problem when it's the primary way we cope with or avoid our feelings. In this series and each class, we will include mindfulness-based guided relaxation sessions where you can do body scans and check in with your physical, emotional, and mental states of well-being. Through our mindfulness-based practices, we begin to understand how thoughts influence our feelings, how feelings fuel our actions, and how actions drive our results. Mindfulness is best supported with a sense of curiosity, kindness, gratitude, and generosity. At the end of this session, you will be given your practices or your homework for the week. We will discuss what you learned through these practices and homework the next time we come together. Let me give you an example of what some of the practices will include. There will be breath practices, journal prompts, practicing noticing your physical hunger, external triggers, and internal triggers, as well as researching resources on mindful eating that will be able to better support you. Through the handouts, you'll become more aware of physical cues of hunger, cravings, experiences with when, what, how much you eat, eating habits, and where your energy flows after eating. You'll start to understand the why and when of your eating habits, becoming more fluent with your physical signs of hunger, emotional triggered eating, and environmental triggered eating. In addition to your journal prompts and self-awareness, you will practice mindful exercise, which will help you survey your inner world. By taking time to check in with yourself, by pausing, taking a few breaths in and out, you'll allow your body to relax, and then you'll be able to notice what you're thinking and how you're feeling, and be able to check in with what you might actually need. From that information, you'll be able to respond to your body with compassion and intentionality.